Hi, this is Val, coming from Blanket Fort Studios, also known as Craft Themporium, where I wanted to talk about the past week of Cricut drama, and even with the rollback, Cricut still has the ability to wreck your small business. Let's talk about how. I don't want to spend too much time on the Cricut drama. Let's, in short summary, March 12th, Cricut announced a terrible business decision. Over the weekend, everyone threw a fit about the changes because they were terrible changes. On March 16th, Cricut released a statement that said, "Oh wow, we didn't realize that was going to make everybody furious, so instead of doing it right now, we're going to do it next year." People still didn't like that. So on March 18th, then Cricut announced that they were reversing this entire terrible business decision and going back to the way things were, except less than a week later, they had lost so much good faith from their users, including me. I got a Cricut last December for Christmas from my parents, and I've used it to do some silly little projects since then. It's not a business. I'm a full-time high school physics teacher. But I was bought in. I was fully bought in. I was enjoying learning everything about how to use my Cricut Vinyl Cutter. And then this happened, and I was a little less impressed. And it got me looking a little more closely at their terms and services. I hadn't read through them. Nobody reads through those things. Nobody reads through them before they hit agree. So I decided to go take a look at what exactly I was agreeing to when I accepted the user agreement. And I found something that made me really upset. Honestly, at the end of the day, I have a full-time day job. This doesn't affect me. Even their terrible business decision really wouldn't have affected me. This is not my business. I still, as a crafter, as someone who has done a billion crafts and has a house full of craft supplies, even though I've never done it for a business, I still want the crafting community and the people who do use the Cricut cutter as a part of their business, I want you to know what you're agreeing to. So let's take a closer look at the submission agreements. Here's the submission agreement on the Cricut website. The first four things, those are all fine. Ownership. Cricut and its licensors own everything they own. That's great. Not a problem there. The problem comes with what is hidden down in part 6, license to use craft materials. Anything you upload, contributor grants to Cricut a perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide, royalty-free, exclusive right and license to the following things. A. To prepare and encode craft materials or any part of them for digital or analog transmission, manipulation, and exhibition in any format and by any means now known or not yet known or invented. This means they can do anything they want with them, pretty much. If they want to turn it into a movie, if they want to turn it into a t-shirt, if they want to turn it into a coloring book, you have no recourse to stop them from making it into any type of file, any type of object. B. To display, copy, reproduce, exhibit, publicly perform, broadcast, rebroadcast, transmit, retransmit, distribute, and redistribute through any print or electronic means, however they want, in any way they want, forever. And now let's look at part C. They have the right to prepare derivative works based upon the craft materials that you upload. Not only that, but they also have the ability to take your things and to grant sub-licenses to any other person or company of all or any of the license rights in the craft materials, including a perpetual sub-license to make the craft materials available to those end users who purchase, download, and/or access the craft materials, subject to the terms and conditions of this agreement. And before we even get to part E, they basically, anything you upload, the art becomes theirs, and they can do with it whatever they want, irrevocably, in perpetuity. The rights no longer belong to you. The rights belong to them. Not only that, but also they can use all or any part of what you upload in their promotion, advertising, or marketing. Anything they want. They can do whatever they want with your art that you have created and uploaded to Cricut Design Space. This explains very clearly why they will probably never go to the local storage model, because they want your sweet, sweet intellectual property. And here's another interesting piece. Contributor acknowledges that contributor shall not have any right, title, or interest in the Cricut's rights. Any derivative works prepared by or for Cricut based upon the craft materials, or in any other materials with which craft materials may be combined, or into which any or all portions of the craft materials may be incorporated. This means they get your work for free. You pay them for the privilege of giving them your work, that they can then take your ideas, reinterpret them, and then sell them to someone else however they want. There are no limits on what they can do with your intellectual property in this agreement that we've all signed and agreed to when we purchased our Cricut and opted into using the only software that works with the Cricut Design Space. The very last piece here says, contributor agrees to refrain from granting similar rights to others during this agreement and for a period of 3 years after termination of this agreement. You basically don't even own your art anymore. For 3 years, for as long as you are using the Cricut, and for 3 years after, all licensing rights, all ability for you to use your designs and sell them are technically signed over to Cricut. I don't know if this is in any way enforceable. I'm not a lawyer, but this seems extremely shady, and I am not impressed. So let's talk about what this actually means, because the implications of this are really quite troubling. Anything you upload to Design Space is automatically licensed to Cricut for the company to use in any way it likes, forever, always, and irrevocably. This is unacceptable. Let's say that you're an artist and one of your designs gets really big and people just absolutely love it, and it's one of the best designs that anybody has ever seen. Well, what can Cricut do with your design that has now hit the roof? They can put it into Cricut Access, and now they can make money off of it. You don't get any. They can put it on merchandise and license it out to another company to put on merchandise and sell it, and have your prices be undercut by another company that got it straight from Cricut. Somebody sees your art outside of Cricut and wants to license it and help you sell it, and no, they have to go through Cricut, because you can't put your own licenses in it based on this agreement. They can also use it in ads. They don't have to ask you, they don't have to tell you, and you get nothing for it. Absolutely nothing. They can also take your art and manipulate it in any way they want. You can make something that really means a lot to you, like a Black Lives Matter design. They can take it and turn it into Blue Lives Matter, profitize it, use it to make money for themselves, and there's nothing you can do about it. They have control over your creative assets. This is a huge problem because you're trapped. There's no way to cut without using Design Space. You can't, because they have sued any third party who tried to make it accessible. And you can't use Design Space without agreeing to these terms that are in the end user agreement. So we are trapped in this ecosystem with no control over our own creative assets that they can use to make money off in any way they want without any of it, not even credit, not even your name going out there, nothing. No, you're not involved in it in any way at all as the original artist. So why does this matter? It matters to me because I care about the crafting community, I care about intellectual property rights, and I care about businesses taking advantage of their customers. So my conclusions, I just spent 4 months learning how to use the Cricut. And again, I'm a high school teacher. I don't have a lot of money to throw around on big crafting purchases like this. Am I getting rid of my Cricut? I am not. Am I going to buy another Cricut when this one breaks? I am not. Am I going to subscribe to Design Space and Cricut Access? I am not. Am I going to go out and purchase a Silhouette right now? Oh goodness, no, I can't afford that. The final conclusion is just be wary. If you have a Cricut and that is the ecosystem that you have bought into, either emotionally or financially or with your business, just be careful. There's nothing that Cricut is going to take away from me. I don't think Cricut is going to sell my spatula with a chicken and the word cook. See, it says cook. It definitely says cook. I don't think Cricut's going to want that design. I don't think Cricut's going to want my neutrality favors the oppressor sticker or my plant labels. It's, my designs are amateurish at best. At least I can kern, though. I know how to kern. But this isn't about me. Like most things, it's about people who are desperately trying to get by, desperately trying to live their lives and make enough money to survive and thrive. And I want more businesses and more crafters to be able to do that. And so my ultimate conclusion is don't buy a Cricut. If you're trying to decide between whether to invest in Cricut and invest in Silhouette, invest in Silhouette. That's they don't steal your intellectual property. They don't claim ownership over your creative assets. So that is the final conclusion. If I were making the choice today, I would make a different choice than the one I made in December. But I can't go back in time. Unfortunately, time is linear and only forward. And I don't have the resources to to switch horses midstream right now. So it is what it is. And whether it affects me or not, I still think people should be aware of it. And if you have a small business, I hope you are careful in protecting yourself. And I wish everybody the best of luck. Even Cricut. I wish Cricut the best of luck. I just wish that they didn't have predatory business practices. That's welcome to late stage capitalism. Yay!